You have unlocked the hidden level.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Hidden Level Podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, mcgames.net. Woody Easter with the 3-month hype! And we have...
You got the emotion back. You got it back.
Shh, you're not supposed to talk yet. We have Fuzzles Bigfoot, my co-host. How are you today, Fuzzles?
What is up, guys? I'm doing very well. How about you?
I'm not too bad now, dude. And what about yourself? We have Romculus TV in here.
All right. Can I talk now?
You can talk now. You have permission to talk.
Is that all right?
That's all right now, mate.
I'm such a maverick. I've just come in at the exact wrong time. MC told me I had one thing to do, and that was talk at the right time, and I fecked that up. I do apologize, but thank you very much for having me on the podcast. Greatly appreciate it. It's lovely to be here.
Not
Thank you very
only
much.
did you feck it up, but you put on the English accent too soon. We were supposed to do an English accent skit later
I know.
on.
It didn't work. It didn't work.
Oh,
but
now it's
it's
working.
fine. We'll work with it. It's fine. I had to clear my throat. It's fine. Just had to clear it. We're good.
Guys, we're doing this podcast style, which means we're reading all your messages, ask loads of questions. We're going to be saving your questions in our chat boxes so we can talk about them and answer them each in turn. But we won't be talking to you guys directly unless you do something cool like subscribe. Sellout. MC Games sellout. Oh my god, it actually worked already. Rage Fist with the sub. Light up the chat for Rage Fist. Double sub. Actually, that person is like, did I just sub to a sellout? I'm never going to sub here again. I want to cancel
Wait,
my...
cancel this subscription.
How do I cancel this subscription right now? So pretty much, guys, we're reading all of your messages and we're saving any questions you guys have and throwing them in the bin and answering our own questions. So just keep asking questions and we'll keep ignoring them. Fossils, my first question to you, as usual, what have you been playing recently, dude?
I've been playing a lot of Terraria and a lot of other people's emotions. Mostly Terraria. I have found success through Terraria. Most of all, as of recently, you know, the numbers have been climbing. Like the channel's been growing a lot, and I can't be any more happier. Like it's been fun.
Awesome. Have you been playing anything off stream? Excuse me.
Off stream, yes. More emotions, and I actually played DayZ just the other night. It's actually a lot smoother. It's way better. I don't know if any of you guys do play DayZ, but it looks clean as hell right now. It's nice.
And are they ever going to release it fully?
Dude, I don't know, man. That's a good question. They've been working on that game since before I was a streamer, so...
And the console version still has to come out as well.
I mean, I think they're going to fully release it first before they think about console, right?
Yeah, that's what they were hoping to do. But the problem with these type of games is there's so many of them, and they're all in alpha or beta stage. There's like, none of them have been fully released, has there? Has there been any?
Is H1Z1 fully released?
I didn't think so. I think We Survive, or whatever it's called, Just Survive, I think that's still in beta, isn't it? Even though they changed the game to 2 different games.
I don't know what that game is.
Oh, okay, so you don't know it at all. Never played it?
Nope.
Have you played Witcher 3?
Many times in the past.
Back when you were a young Jim.
I mean, you know what? Let's move on. Hey, what's up, Romculus? How you doing over there, dude?
Dude, don't even try and deflect this on me, bro. It's all on you.
What have you been playing lately? On and off stream?
On and off stream. So very recently, in the last week, I've been playing Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time on my Nintendo 64. Practicing the any percent category speedrun. So that's what I've been doing recently.
Speedrun?
Speedrun, yeah. Very different angle for me. But outside of that, I've been playing some NBA. I played Assassin's Creed today, Dead by Daylight, Astroneer. which is very good. Team Fortress, Euro Truck, Farming Sim, Resi 7 full playthrough, which was really good fun, and Paladins as well. So we've been playing like a whole mixture of stuff.
Wow. How's the channel?
The channel itself is doing really well, actually. I've had it's actually been sort of steadily growing ever since I first made contact with the Hidden Level community, actually, because we get people like you and MC and Cascades and a few other people coming in just being like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" and then throwing a host in, and then we get a whole host of people coming in. And I think what I quite like about the health of my stream is that my community is extremely welcoming. So it then means that a lot of people tend to stay, even if it's only for, say, half an hour every time I tune in or anything. But yeah. Oh gosh, Ella's here. Oh dear.
You're screwed now, dude.
Oh god, Ella's here. I'm gonna hide my crayons.
Oh gosh.
MC, what have you been playing, bro?
I have been playing some Terraria and some Geodash and some Borderlands 2, and I think that's it. I've also been playing a game called Icy. I got it yesterday. So first of all, stream games have been Terraria, which I'm doing my first expert run, and I just beat Wall of Flesh, actually. So I'm just after entering hard mode there. Watching
About time.
I know, dude. I'm watching a lot of you, learning a lot about the ins and outs of the game. And how to build a big arena, because that was the problem before I was having. And then the second game, Geodash, is just blowing up the channel. It's really, really cool. I've met so many cool people. We're doing our first creator contest, where people will create Geometry Dash games or levels. They'll send them to me, and I'll judge which one looks the nicest. The reason why I will judge which one looks the nicest is because I'm not good enough to beat any of them. But that's okay, as long as they look nice. So anyone who wants to make a level, make sure you make all of your best stuff in the first 10% of the level, because I'm not going to ever see anything after 10% anyway. So you might as well just put it all into the first 10%. And then off stream, then Borderlands 2, I've been doing a bit of co-op with that.
He's been co-streaming on a whole separate channel that you guys are unaware of.
That you are unaware of. I'm cheating. Yeah. I'm cheating on you guys.
Below the surface.
and with the tree, and then
under the table.
Under the table. There's wood there. Knock on wood.
Oh, for God.
So, just to wrap this little segment up, I was playing Icy. This little segment, I mean big segment, of course. I've been playing Icy. You guys ever heard of that game?
No.
It's a game that caught my eye, and Arcadex was kind enough to pick it up for me. It's a Japanese game that hasn't been fully translated to English yet, so it's all subtitles, and it's absolutely nuts. Like, I was playing the game, and my whole screen turned into ALMAO. Do you know what that is? Do you know what ALMAO is?
Laugh my ass off.
It's like a.
Is that with did you say that there's an A in front of that as well?
AYYY, so ALMAO.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
It's a virus, and all these windows start opening on your screen, but the game makes it look like it's real. The only reason why I knew it wasn't, because I have two screens, obviously, but it makes it look like it's real, and you're actually getting virused right in front of you. It's ridiculous. So the game is really cool. The combat is really cool, but the game is it's not too difficult. It's just crazy difficult and way too buggy, because they just ported it over without fixing anything. So the game freezes every 5 minutes, and you have to restart the whole game again just to continue your levels. So it's a really cool side-scrolling beat-em-up game, similar to Streets of Rage, just more action-orientated. And it's just buggy as hell. That's the only problem. That's the only downside to it. But they will be patching it. So any questions on that, by the way? Because I know that's a game that you guys haven't heard of before.
Yeah, what's a virus? I'm just kidding.
What's an ALMAO?
What's the internet?
Delete System 32.
Hold on, how do I turn this thing off? Is there like a way to do this?
I cannot hear you. Your mic's broken.
Your mic is not working.
Your mic is not working. I cannot hear you. Oh gosh. So that was games that we've been playing. Fuzzles, your turn again. What games are you looking forward to? If any. Apart from Terraria Otherworld.
Well, Rom, what games have you been looking forward to?
Oh, what a deflection. Okay. So I'm really looking forward to Mass Effect Andromeda, which I think is dropping next month, I think.
I think it's next month, yeah.
I did 2 24-hour streams and another solid week after that on playing Mass Effect 1 through to 3. And I'm probably going to do 1 to 3 again at some point between now and when Andromeda comes out. And then when Andromeda comes out, I'm debating 24-hour stream, but we'll see what the community thinks. We'll see. But yeah,
that's
the main
a long
one for
stream.
me. Oh yeah. But Mass Effect has all the content you could ever possibly need. It's ridiculously full, especially if you get the DLC and you don't just do the main storyline. If you actually go and do the extra bits as well. And even if you do the side quest for all of your main party members, like Liara and all those guys, then it really does add up. It really does add up. So definitely my big game of this first half, I would say, of the year to really get to me. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. So Fuzz, back to you, man. What are you really looking forward
straight
to?
it back.
Straight
Bounce off
back.
the wall.
My answer has been taken away from me. Like MC was like, "Hey, Fuzzles, what's 2 + 2? And don't say 4."
What a bastard.
Oh gosh, poor Fuzzles
What do you say?
Fuzzles has to.
What do you say to that?
Fuzzles has to use his brain for once. Oh no.
Oh, I'm moving away. I'm moving away. Chat, let me just come and mingle with you for a bit. I'm getting out of this. Yeah, MC, you're breaking up.
Listen here, okay? Us Americans are very smart, right? we know how to use a gun and make people look stupid, okay? All right? We know how to do that.
Someone say ukulele and Jorg will love you forever. He's just gone.
I'm like that dog that like accidentally fell off the couch but didn't want anyone to see, but you ended up seeing, so I'm just playing it off like I'm not here.
You didn't say nothing.
So, Fuzzles, do you have an answer?
Yes, my answer's Terraria Otherworld, damn it.
Woohoo! What is Terraria? Fuzzles! What is Terraria Otherworld?
I feel like taking a break already from this podcast. Rom, hold it down.
All right, man. I got you, man. I got you. Okay,
My-
MC, ask more questions. Let's go.
My answer to the question is Oxygen Not Included. Have you heard of that game?
No, hit me up with some deets, man. What's that?
Let me get you the deets. You ever heard of Don't Starve Together?
Yeah.
You ever
I
played it?
played that.
Did you like it?
It's 50-50 about it, really. I've not really given it enough time to give it a proper review, but
Okay.
of the about an hour I played of it, yeah, it seems all right. But is this like a sequel or?
This isn't a sequel. This is actually something Fuzzles would be interested in. I can't actually see the cams. So is he back yet?
Oh no. He's
Not there
livid,
at all.
dude.
He's not
Yeah,
there
he's
at all.
livid.
Let me
Pretty
have
upset.
let me have a sneak peek. I can hear him. Oh no, he's actually still gone thicker.
Yeah, he's gone. He's really
He's got-
You're really upset, the poor man.
He's gone thinking of. He's going checking his gaming list to see if there's any other game than Terraria Otherworld in existence.
I feel like Hercules right now in the original TV series when he was disappointed. That's how I
Fuzzles.
feel right now.
I was thinking anime, dude. I was like, let's not go. I had to go off on one.
Fuzzles. The game that I am most interested in the future is Oxygen Not Included. You love DST, don't you, bro? Don't Starve
What?
Together.
What about it?
You like that game, right?
It's okay.
Oh,
I streamed
okay.
it for like, I streamed it for like a week and a half, and
Mhm.
it got very, very repetitive because
Okay.
once you hit like a certain day or a certain season, you're like, okay, now I need to work on this.
Yeah.
And then you die, and you're like, okay, well, that's what I need to do differently. And then you work all the way up to that season, and then you're like, okay, I got this now.
Mhm.
All right, I survived a few more days, and then I died. All right, so now I got to memorize what to do here, and then,
Uh-huh.
then you do it all over again, and then it just keeps going on further and further, and it's like, it gets very repetitive. So if they could, if that can like change up a bit, then cool, you know. But it's not.
It landed. The cup is right next to you, Fuzzles, and I'm actually going to put it on your face cam either next podcast or this podcast, and it's literally going to have bits in a cup landing on your head. It's going to be hilarious. The things that make me entertained, it's just ridiculous, childish. Anyway, when it comes to Oxygen Not Included, it's the newest game by Clay, rhymes with play, and they are the ones that made Don't Starve Together. It's a RimWorld-esque game in the art style of Don't Starve. So, did you like the art style of Don't Starve, or did you not?
I loved it.
Okay, there's the one thing you loved about that. Yeah. So, can you do you like RimWorld, or have you really gotten into it yet? I don't think you have. Correct.
I have never played. I don't even own it. No.
Okay,
But
so
I have seen it played. Like for example, Cascade.
uh-huh.
He played it, and I ended up dying in it from Braden.
Mhm.
Braden ended up killing
Shot
me.
you, yeah, by
but,
accident.
yeah, but I've never played it myself. No.
So it's going to be the art style of DST mixed with RimWorld gameplay.
RimWorld.
So it's going to be awesome,
Okay.
and like I can't wait for it to come out. I think it's coming out on the 15th. So what are we looking at? We have another 4 days left before it comes out, and of course, as far as I'm aware, Cringer is going to end up playing it, and then Flare 2V is going to play it, and Dizzy Disaster is going to play it, and then there's going to be little me sitting in there hopefully playing it as well, because I can't wait to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
So that is definitely one game that I want to get my hands on as soon as possible. They haven't even put it on Steam for pre-purchase yet, so they're either going to be behind, or on the 15th it's going to be only press copies, you know, like pre-release copies. So hopefully that doesn't happen. So,
Okay.
Fuzzles, what questions would you like to ask for the podcast today?
Oh my goodness.
Putting
Wait.
you on the spot.
Wait. When's the podcast?
What is the
Dude, it's next
podcast?
Saturday, didn't you hear?
Are we live right now? Like I thought
No.
we were just
No.
having like the pre.
We were just having a
pre-podcast
chat.
conversation.
This is the pre-talk to the pre-podcast.
Yeah, that's happening in a couple weeks, right?
Actually, Riddle says he was disappointed when he saw the game. The game, apart from the graphics, is really good. It's the people who made it. I'm not saying that they're bad, it's just they're not very easy to get on with. They're not even very easy to talk to, so they won't help you with the game. They won't help you fix anything. They won't take your advice when it comes to fixes. So it's a very difficult game. While Fuzzles is drinking his Fuzzles Bigfoot coffee, branded, Rom, do you
have a question.
Oh, you have a question. Go.
Yeah.
Go.
My question is, has anyone seen any trends lately within the Terraria community? Anyone?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so
Has anyone seen what's been going on around the Terraria community?
apparently there's a bot in people's channels that is causing people's numbers to be inflated. It's happened again today. The bot you have to watch out for is called TwitchBot Lite, and luckily enough it didn't come over to my channel when when I was raided by a person playing Terraria. It seems to only be in Terraria streams, and it's been in every single one of them for the last 2 days. So fingers crossed it doesn't hit the Geodash community. Well, what are your thoughts?
It's weird. It's weird because I felt the host of Milanosh when he was streaming for like 1,600 people.
1,600 by the end of the day. Holy hell.
1,600. He hosted me, and it said Milanosh hosted you for 1,605 viewers.
Same happened to me.
And luckily I didn't see that number whenever it updated. It only updated like 50 or 60 plus more people.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So it's weird because it is affecting their concurrent viewer like live count. It's affecting their stats, and it's also affecting their views. So they are getting all the views as well. Milanosh ended up getting, I think, around 46,000 views in one stream. So it is messing up people's actual numbers in a way. However, it's not infecting the actual true number for host count. So when he hosted me, he actually threw me the people that were actually there, actually live.
Yeah,
so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, and the only thing I want to address is just be careful with the with the bot. Twitch guidelines will state that, first of all, don't say that I'm being botted and everything's fine. Make sure that you tell your chat or channel that you're being botted. Second of all, Twitch guidelines recommends that you turn off the game that you're playing that day, only so that you don't affect the streamers behind you. Because, for example, say if I'm streaming to 1,600 people and I've only got 20 people in my channel, and the poor guy in second place who normally hits 1,000 viewers, he's trying to make ends meet and he's stuck on like 100 viewers because of me. It affects the people in second, third, fourth place on the list. So what they recommend is you turn off the game that you're playing and go on directory. And what that means is nobody can find you by clicking on a game on Twitch. And then your normal viewers will hopefully still find you because you'll still be on their following list. And the third thing you need to do is email Twitch. They'll send you a useless automatic message, just like all automatic messages on Twitch, and it will say, "Thank you for letting us know. As long as you didn't do it, you're fine. You're not going to get in trouble. But don't let us know if it happens again." Simple as that. So
Right.
those are the 3 guidelines they recommend. Just don't take advantage of the view bots if possible, because I don't want anyone getting in trouble.
So my question is, if this wasn't a Terraria logic bot in particular, and you were to stream in the directory where only followers can find you, you could still be infected by the bot.
Yep.
But now you're just leaving no viewers to find you. Is that what you're saying?
You're not leaving any Terraria viewers to find you that haven't already followed you, correct? Now, this is just a guideline. It's not a rule. So when you stay in the directory, that's your own prerogative. If you come out of the directory, that's their guideline.
Because the precautions and steps that Milanosh took yesterday, I think were spot on 100%. He did everything right.
Yeah, exactly. He did. And I'm glad.
He did not leave the Terraria directory. He went offline, came back online. It was still there, and he contacted everyone necessary. He even had live Twitch support come out to his channel and talk to him one-on-one. And they said, "Look, hey, as long as you're not doing it, you're fine." And he just continued what he was doing. So I think all of that is perfectly fine, but I wouldn't want to leave a Terraria directory if I'm playing Terraria and I want to continue to grow. Now, a viewbot is not going to follow my channel.
No.
It's not going to support me in the end. So why not, while I'm streaming Terraria, stay in the Terraria directory so that I can still earn the 1 or 2 followers that I want to earn within that hour or that day?
Yeah.
So,
well, there's two ways of that. First of all, I was glad that Milanosh got some exposure because he deserves it, and he didn't really affect the other streams in the yoke, in the Terraria listings. But according to the live stream that I was watching about a year and a half ago, the reason why they want you to come away from Twitch directory is because you're affecting the other streamers in Terraria, and you could be 4th or 5th in Terraria normally. These bots have you at the top. You're hurting the other streamers by doing this, and they want you to come off Twitch directory. It's not that they want you to, it's that they recommend it.
I wonder if there's a way, and I'm assuming it would have been done by now if there was a way. But clearly, from any viewer that clicks on the viewer list and goes, "There's only 50 people in your chat. Why is there 1,600 people watching you?" I wish there was a way that Twitch could just be like, the number should only reflect what's in your viewer list.
They can't do that because of hosting. Because your viewers, you might have 50 in your list and 50 in someone else's channel that's hosting you, and you're on 100 viewers. That's why they can't reflect. Because that is a good point.
But the source of all the viewers from a viewbot and from a host are completely separate. I think they'd be able to hash that out if that was the case. But I don't see any reason why they couldn't somehow fixate the concurrent viewership number to what's in your actual viewer list, because like I said, the viewbot source is not from a host. It's not from any channel in particular. It's a large body from an outer source outside Twitch that is coming in and affecting it. So I wish there was a way that they can only control the numbers and true stats through what's listed in your actual viewer listing.
That is something that Twitch definitely need to do, because they should have the power over their own website to do exactly what you just said. They should have the power to be able to just use the hosts that you have, use the viewers that you actually have, and have not have a third line coming in, giving you more viewers. Wherever those, like, they tried to tackle viewbots last year, they went away for a couple of months, and now they're back again. So whatever happened, because they were suing the companies that sell viewbots, that's what happened, and now it's changed. Now that the way that the viewbotting channels do this, it has changed. Anyway, before we move on to another topic, just in case you guys want to talk more, let's get Rom's opinion, because we haven't really let him had a chance to talk about this.
Yeah, I was about to ask Rom, have you ever been viewbotted, or have you seen anyone viewbotted? What's your opinion, if you have any at all?
So, a lot of people, when I was streaming around, because I started streaming on October 1st of 2015, and in December I got raided by Zargan0723, which, if anyone follows Counter-Strike Global Offensive, he's the #1 Taiwanese player in esports, and I was playing Outlast at the time, and so he raided me, and I had about 1,600 people, 1,500 people in my chat, all of them speaking Chinese, and I just that night I just threw the rule of English only out the window. I was just like, let them talk in Chinese, let them be here, let's have some fun. And then for about a week after that, I had about 500 or 600 people, and I was playing Smite a lot after that, and I had a lot of people come in from the Smite community who I knew from watching their streams, claiming that I was a botter, because a lot of the Taiwanese community, because at the time they didn't have the ability to use Chinese calligraphy within their usernames, they just would put a letter followed by a bunch of random numbers, which is a common trait of view botters. So a lot of people were claiming that I was a view botter and all that sort of thing, and so I basically did exactly what MC said. I basically took myself out of the Smite directory and just let myself be only viewable to my followers, basically. So when it comes to view botting in general, though, I think it's not really the streamer's fault that they're obviously getting view botted, which becomes the main issue, because the streamer can do one or two things with it. They can either say, okay, I'm getting view botted, let's just take advantage of it and, you know, get higher up into the list and get noticed and all of that sort of thing. Or they can do what MC says, and that's, well, okay, this is wrong. I shouldn't have this many people in my stream because I've not earned it. Let's take myself out of the directory and just consider it sort of quits for the day. But I think it really does depend on the streamer and of course Twitch has the massive problem of dealing with, as Fuzzle says, okay, who is a view botter and who is a legitimate person. And if they're doing that, for bearing in mind how many millions of people use Twitch every single month, that is an absolutely mammoth task for Twitch to undertake. And I kind of feel like they would only really undergo that task if it was maybe a sort of mid to high priority or profile rather partnered streamer. I don't think they would even bother looking into unpartnered streamers in that sense, just because there is so many of them. So
interesting points.
I think I'm of the opinion that view botting, of course, is incredibly bad, and if you do get view botted and you know it's happening, then of course you say to your chat, look, I'm being view botted right now, I'm just going to take myself out of the directory and, you know, just try and leave, in this case Terraria, try and leave that community alone as much as I possibly can. And if you happen to not know you're doing it, if you happen to realize that, you know, oh, I've suddenly got a lot of people in here, am I being raided, or have I just suddenly got a huge amount of people coming in for no apparent reason? If you're ignorant to what view botting is, then of course that's going to be even tougher. So I think the onus is on the streamer when really it shouldn't be. It should be on Twitch. Yeah,
100% there. That last word was perfect. Fuzzles, before I talk, go on. What were we going to say?
I thought of the most clever idea while he was chatting just now, and it kind of gave me the idea. Sorry, I got to get the chair for this. So I thought, check this out. So have you ever donated to somebody, and right before you donate and hit submit, it says, I'm not a robot, and you got to check that box?
Yeah.
why not over channels, maybe channels that report this, say, hey, either a viewer that reports a streamer that says, hey, I think he's viewbotting, or over a streamer who's being viewbotted. Why not, for all the viewers in that stream in particular, prompt them with, I'm not a robot.
Interesting.
And if they don't respond within maybe a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, I don't care. If they don't check that box, maybe they just get kicked out of the stream, and then if they want to find the stream again, then they'll just click the stream again. But I think that'd be pretty simple.
That'd be pretty cool. A captcha.
So before, yeah. So every account that was in that channel now, before entering any other channel, if they were kicked out, they gotta click "I'm not a robot" on there.
My experience with viewbotting on my channel, I've had 2 viewbot attacks. One was the Stardew Valley one, when Stardew Valley just came out. I had 600 viewers. I was top of Stardew Valley. I would have been getting so many new people in because of it. And I just decided no. And I turned off my stream for the whole day. I didn't even change directory. And it was only because it was kind of near the end of the stream anyway. But that game was just brand new. So imagine how many viewers I would have gotten if I took advantage of it. But when you're new, you don't really know what taking advantage of it is. And that's the thing for me. When I first started streaming, about a month after I started streaming, I got viewbotted for 180 viewers. And I was playing unturned. And yeah, I didn't know what to do. I had no idea what to do. So I literally just kept telling people, lads, we're getting viewbotted, but let's just play the game anyway. I didn't have a clue about affecting other streamers back then. And I never knew what it felt like to be affected by a viewbotter until like February and March. Actually, it was, yeah, February, March, and April this 2016. I got affected massively for 3 months by a viewbotter who was on top spot all the time. I was always on second. It really hurt my stream. So now I know what it feels like. Back then I didn't, and I didn't take advantage, but I didn't turn off the stream, and I didn't turn off the directory. I don't even think I knew how to back then. And pretty much what I was doing was just telling people, you know, I'm getting viewbotted. You can leave if you want. If you can stay if you want. And I met a lot of people from that day. And luckily enough, Unturned wasn't that big of a game either. So I was kind of really in a small community where you wouldn't get like hundreds of people in if you got viewbotted. So it was my first experience with viewbotting, and I didn't turn off my stream. I didn't turn off the directory, only because I didn't know what the hell was going on. A lot of people were saying to me, did you get hosted by Me Like Big Boom? Because he was in the stream earlier. I was like, I don't know. How do I check? How do I check if I got hosted or not? To this day, I probably could have been hosted, but I do know that there was one guy in my channel that day who tried to viewbot me again a couple of weeks later, and his channel got banned for obviously viewbotting. So in my opinion, it was a viewbot that day, but there was a very, very small chance that it was Me Like Big Boom, who was a massive YouTuber, stream or raiding me or hosting me that day. Either way, I have unfortunately had a very similar story to viewbotting as a lot of the Terraria streamers. One last thing before I move back up to Fuzzles. Almost everyone was getting viewbotted at that particular time of day yesterday during Terraria. Our two friends were getting higher numbers than normal, AG and Milanosh, and then a couple of guys like Snippa and them, they were reporting in saying that they have higher viewers. Even Jake said he had higher viewers. So I think everyone was getting attacked that day. So it would make it would be unfair for Millie.
I believe I got infected too.
Okay.
I'm almost certain I did, because my normal I actually reached an all-time high, like before getting hosted at all yesterday. I hit 140 viewers in the channel, and then I got hosted by Millie, which almost took me to almost 200 viewers. And then I noticed suddenly after that, like within an hour, it climbed to like almost 300, and that is when I kind of got a little skeptical about it. And I noticed, I looked at some of my Twitch stats on a different website, and I noticed that within the time after Milanosh hosted me, and by the time I ended my stream, I had gained like 6,000 views in my channel, aside what was already there. So I believe I was either just becoming infected or I don't know, or maybe I was just like a little infected, but it wasn't like 1,000 viewers. It was like maybe less than 100.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
Make sure you like take a picture of that and stuff, and make sure you take a picture of that bot in your viewer list, because you don't want Twitch saying anything bad about your channel. Your channel is blowing up, and you don't want that. You don't want all that hard work to be kicked by that stupid little bot. That's apparently it's been in other communities too. If you Google the name of the bot, it's already attacked communities around Twitch. So unfortunately, it's not just a Terraria problem. It's a Twitch problem. I think we've been talking about viewbotting for a long time. So let's move on to a different topic. There's two topics I want to talk about with you guys. The first one is communities on Twitch. I saw that you created your own community, Fuzzles, and tell us, what do you know about it and what have you been doing with it?
I did not create my own community.
Oh.
I do plan to here very soon. I would love to create one. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I searched one though and went with it. It was I think positivity.
Positive.
Yeah, it's the community is called Positive Community. And I thought that was very relative and direct to my community, and I was like, well, hell yeah, I'm gonna start merging some more positive community members all around. So if there's anyone that is looking for a positive community, they'll find me, and boom.
Have you seen the one that I created and I got banned? So yesterday morning before stream, I created Big Booby Streamers, and
say no more,
dude. That is so awesome. Why didn't you invite me to that? Like, I would have.
You don't have to.
On that so bad.
You don't have to be invited. You just choose it. And the first rule of Big Booby Streamers was you have to have big boobies. Rule number 2.
Oh well, I'm in.
The whole community was banned within an hour. I'd probably given to a Big Booby streamer. They probably didn't want me to have such a cool community and not give it to one of the actual booby streamers, because I was sitting there. But people actually came in and said, dude, you don't have tits. But when it comes to rule number 2 was the camera has to be pointed at said boobies. Rule number 3 was that the game cam size cannot be bigger than your boobies.
Than your
boobies.
Oh,
Rule number 4 was you have to jiggle a little for donations.
I have that down. I have studied my girl Pink Sparkles all day.
I was about to say Pink Sparkles. I was about to say her.
And rule number 5. No nudity in brackets, seriously, but unfortunately Twitch didn't see the bright side or the funny side of it, and they took me down within an hour. I also made Drunken Irish Streamers, which is we're on here right now, and I also made Geometry Dash. So you guys got to make Terraria, and you got to make Ocarina of Time or whatever. So my opinion on why communities was made, they couldn't find a way of making speedrunning a game. So they made it a community instead. They have a whole section for speedrunning and for esports. The second thing is, if you go online and you see Lyric in his community, which is called Cats Only, get in there, get as close to him as possible, and when he goes offline, everyone in that community is going to be looking for another streamer, and there's you. So he has 32,000 viewers, you're second with 100 puzzles or whatever, and then 32,000 people are going to be like, now where will we go in Cats Only? Oh my god, there's Puzzles Bigfoot. Boom.
Now, see, here's the thing, man. First off, I dislike cats, so I don't care if
you're not going to be in there
on the list. I am not going to be in a community called Cats Only. No, thank you.
Okay.
Secondly, I think you should come up with a more subtle name for big booby streamers. You should be like bold-chested content creators or something, and that should be it. And then set the same rules and jiggle a little bit. That's totally cool. That's totally fine. And you should be set with that one.
Minanosh came up with the best one.
Or gifted streamers, or I got it from my mama community or something. I don't know.
Milanosh came up with the best one. It was like red-breasted tits. Now that's actually a bird. So it's technically named after a bird, and you can have a picture of a tit
Yeah.
on there. But it's
Yeah.
about breasts. So it's like, yeah, that was the
I'd
breast.
probably call it "I'm here for gameplay."
That's actually awesome.
That's what I'd
Don't be
probably go
stealing
for
my
that.
ideas. Actually, I'm gonna steal your idea before you make it.
Do it, absolutely.
That's the
Do it.
breast idea so far. Romulus, what do you think of these this whole thing, the community section?
Well, I'm not gonna lie. You said it, and I was like, "What the hell is he talking about?" So I very quickly went and had a look at the Twitch blog over here, and I think it's a wicked idea. I think it really, it's. I think this is one of those things that's actually aimed at people like us, the smaller streamers,
Yeah.
rather than people like Lyric and Soda and Summit and Tim Attackman and stuff. That it's aimed
Yeah.
at people like us, which
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
is really good.
Mhm.
I suppose if, for example, if you had a community of speedrunning, because that's the first thing it says on the community blog is speedrunning. So I take it that, when people search now, it will be, okay, do you want to search by community or by game? I suppose it will just be, oh, I want to search speedrunners, and it will come up with a whole host of different things, right? I think that's wicked. I think that's really, really cool.
it
It's
is.
about time. It's about time that Twitch have done something for the smaller people, because I've always found their model of pure business to be a little bit obsolete.
Yeah.
Really. But I think this is a step in the right direction. I really like this. I'm going to be taking full advantage of this when I start streaming after this. So yes, definitely a positive.
This could definitely be a whole different angle at smaller streamers, trying to find angles or strats in order to gain more viewership and growth. And for the smarter bloke, as some would say, aka Romulus, guys, you don't even know. This guy, all you gotta do is look at him. He is smart as shit. He is smart as hell, okay? Anyways, I can see him using this community search engine full advantage and making it much more than what it is. Like people, like he's gonna find some loopholes in this thing. I can see it.
A community, does that work? Can we find that? Chat,
What?
get on that British idiot community. Let's go. We need to find
British idiot community.
it. British idiot community. Let's do it.
I think you should go design and create one right now. In fact,
British voice actors. Let's do it. Absolutely.
Stand-up comedians.
British voice actor. You could do that. So could you, MC. You could come on and do that. I mean, I know you're Irish, but you're close enough, right? Close enough geographically.
only if you accept me and approve me to be there, would I be there. As long as there's no
Absolutely.
cats.
Absolutely, not a problem at all. Not a problem at all. Welcome to the community. Absolutely.
I am 1/8 Irish.
1/8.
Just like every other American. Actually, I did have that case once where someone said to me, "I'm half Italian, half Irish, and half half American," and I was like, "You can't have where's the third half?" 3 halves. That's because they play too much hockey over there. They have 3 quarters.
I had one friend one time break it down to me. They're like, "Yeah, I'm 1/16 this, and I'm 1/16 that, and I'm 1/16 this," and they broke it down by 16ths of what everything that they are, and oh my goodness, like, how do you're just a person at this point? Okay?
Yeah, you're just
You're like
flesh and blood,
everybody else.
just organic.
You
You're not a
act like
jigsaw
I'm
puzzle,
you act
okay?
like I'm interested in figuring out which origin you actually come from and all the different 16ths of all these different races, and I don't care. You
All I'm
speak
saying,
the same
Fuzz, is
language
if
as
you're
me.
not 1/19th Mexican, we're no longer friends.
Well,
That's all
I
I'm
do
saying.
speak a little Espanol. I mean, Piquito Espanol.
That's about a 20th. I'm happy with that. We'll stick with that.
You can get into the Spanish streamers.
Gracias.
So, grazie.
should-
I'd laugh if he said that.
Rico streamers.
So, just before Fuzzles freezes, because he hasn't frozen yet this stream,
I was just about to say that. I was about to ask, hey, have I frozen yet a single
you're
time?
you're literally stuttering right now, so it looks like it's just about to go.
As you say it, Fuzz.
So, very important, guys. Zips and I were in a Zip stream, and we were going over booby streamers and why booby streamers, why they are actually allowed on Twitch, and why they are partnered, and what is the story with them being allowed. And I think Zips cracked the nut, and he gave the answer about why booby streamers are allowed to stay on Twitch. And the answer is Twitch cracked down on booby streamers. They all went to YouTube. They had 50,000 views over there because YouTube isn't as strict. And Twitch said, okay, we're going to relax the rules to let you guys back because you get us loads of money. And then they brought them back in and they partnered.
What do you mean, you guys?
You guys.
What do you mean, you people?
You people. Put them into a quarter.
You mean you people or you people?
Yeah, the two
all
of you.
three of you.
All three of you.
All three of you.
So another problem with Twitch, and it's not a problem, sorry, but it's just human nature. There's a lot of guys on the Twitch staff, of course, and I'm pretty sure they like watching some of these streams when they're working hard at the Twitch office. So they stick on pink sparkles. And there was another girl recently partnered, and I swear to God, her viewers apparently paid for her boob job. And when she got her boob job, she got partnered. So it's like she literally just sits there. The camera is just pointing straight at him, and she's on a exercise ball. So it's very bouncy, and she doesn't sit on a normal chair. She's like bouncing up and down, like do.
This sounds like a marketing strat I need to get on.
This is a marketing strategy, dude. You gotta find someone, gotta hire someone with big bajongas.
Chat, the Rom Bra Fund has begun. Let's go.
Rom, what you need to do is sell the beard and make it as sexy and as
ASMR
as possible, and just like shake it in the camera all the time.
And
do all your little beard stuff.
And
I'll go and get me, and then I'll plaid the end of it.
Like twirl it in your fingers sometimes, and like talk about things in life.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna kill me, by the way. Well, he's gonna kill me. Do you want to know which hidden level streamer introduced me to this girl who is on the bouncy ball? I probably won't tell you guys. I'll tell you off stream.
Wow.
Exactly who it was.
And then he just dropped it, but I'm not going to say cliffhanger.
I'll tell you after the stream. One of our hidden level friends introduced me to this booby streamer who sits on a bouncy ball and does her exercises on stream. So,
Cascade, you're prime suspect, man. Prime suspect right now.
Poor Jake. So yeah, that's the answer to the booby streamers. I'm in the doghouse tonight.
Actually, Zool, I can see Zool being like, MC, you gotta check these out, man. Like it's some kind of drug.
I know, right? You gotta inject these in, dude. Oh gosh.
Gotta get my fix, bro.
It's a lot easier to just be a flaunted streamer, and if the guys flaunt anything, it's like insta-ban. I told you already about the time that I was like giving out about a booby streamer on Twitter, and then I was over there, and all the chat room for the booby streamer filled up with viewers from my channel, and they were like, "Yeah, this is awesome, dude." But my fucking Twitter message was, "I can't believe this person's allowed to stay on Twitch." And then people are coming in, "Man, this is brilliant, dude." Okay, thanks MC for
just
bringing
the
me.
irony of your intended message.
Exactly. Oh god. Anyway. Any more questions? Rom, do you have any questions for us two feckers?
Very good point, actually. First of all, what actually brought you both together? How did you meet, and how is it that you guys managed to sort of become close friends and then make the Hidden Level community? How did that all start?
Which one of us will go first?
Once upon a time, I walked into a coffee shop, right? I walked into the coffee shop, and I ordered my skinny vanilla latte, extra sugar, extra cream, right? And basically what happened was, I went to go grab for my drink, and MC's hand also reached for the same drink, and we kind of like touched fingers, and we looked at each other and like kind of like giggled and thought, wait, you ordered the same thing? And so we just kind of had like a really good laugh, and ever since then we became friends.
I like that. Did your fingers actually interlock, or did they just touch?
They almost did. Like they just kind of like overlapped each other.
Overlapped each other. I was going to say,
Yeah.
because they interlocked, you would have had to just make out right there.
Yeah.
No, it was a kind of a desk thing as well. Our hands
Right in
touched
front of the wrester.
on the counter,
yeah.
like they were resting
Yeah.
on the counter, and they
Yeah.
touched. So it was more like a touch on the counter rather than in the air.
But it was a magical moment for us, and
Yeah.
just so happened that we're both streamers, and
Yeah.
and then that day.
We had so much in common.
Did my stream.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just
it was-
off from there.
We
Like, you
even
like the same coffee. You both like touching strangers' hands. It just works.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like it.
In fact, we ended up sharing that same drink with
Mhm.
2 straws. It was great. It was
Oh my
fantastic.
Fuzzles wanted to share with 1 straw, but the guy behind the counter was like, no, don't. And I was like, okay, no.
We have a two-straw policy
We've
here."
got a 2-straw policy in here. That actually really
You
happened.
ain't never saliva in this store, buddy.
That story really happened, but not with Puzzles. I'm robbing my own story. I'm definitely sleeping in the garden tonight. Anyway, what was the question again?
Garden, that's doing to me. That's doing to me.
Zips, like, are you shitting me?
Are
right
you
now?
serious about that story?
It's so fake, it's true. That's the story.
Oh god! Actually, the hidden level stream team creation has been brought up a lot recently. Last podcast and this podcast. Just in a nutshell, you have to be partnered to make a podcast. Me and Fossils were talking offline, and we said, "Look, dude, let's go together in this, and let's create a stream team that we run together, so that we're always, a team. Because there's not like." I don't want to sound cap pride here, but there's not many teams on Twitch that I know of where, like me and Fuzzles, we touched hands, we shared coffee through 2 different straws, and we're always interacting with each other. We've known each other for 2 years now. We're always burning each other and toasting each other, and it just works. And we have our podcast for 2 years too. And we just wanted to make a stream team together. So I got the stream team ready. We actually had the mofos ready. Like months before either of us got partnered. Then I got partnered in February, created the stream team straight away. We were brainstorming the names, and the names we came up with were so crazy. And I think Fossil said secret. I said secret room, he said secret level, and I said hidden level, or one of us did that, and we called it hidden level. And then we had a big argument, actually, just to let you in, over should it be the hidden level or hidden level. I'm not sure which one of us said without the. And then we started inviting people to the stream team. It was awesome. And it's been crazy. Not only has the stream team been completely tight knit, everyone knows each other and everyone helps each other. The views for hidden level have gone way up recently, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Thoughts,
That's
Fuzzles?
wicked.
Yeah, it was pretty. Yeah, I mean that was very accurate. And like I said, since we started inviting people, they've all been wanting to jump in there because even since before we had hidden level, we've always had this really tight community, and now we've actually put a name and an actual wall around it. So now people want in and it's crazy that people would want into our community. Like to have something that people want. Which is very cool. I mean, I think it's very fun. Everyone works together within this within this family, and yeah. I mean,
Oh, that's really
awesome.
cool. I suppose on a related note onto that, I get a lot of this in my channel, and with obviously MC having this and Fuzzles and I not yet, it's a question that I thought I'd bring to the podcast to see if chat wants to talk about it as well. It's about partnerships and stuff. Now, MC's been partner for just over a year, just gone full time. Fuzzles, you're thinking of going sort of like full time in the next 6 months or something, or 4 months or something, wasn't it? After
Yeah,
you've
I'm
done
gonna
a
go
stint
full
at
time
work or
around
something like
August.
that.
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. And then and so you're obviously looking into partnership after that. How did the whole partnership idea start for obviously UMC, and then the process of actually going through that, and the difficulties and stuff that you had with that, or if it was really easy? And then likewise, Fuzz, what made you think about actually going full time and going for the partnership and stuff? What actually started that process, and how have you felt about it so far? So I guess we'll start with MC about his partnership journey.
My partnership journey was pretty much, I found a game that gave me exposure and I stuck with it for 12 weeks, and I moved away from it then after I got partnership. Not because I was going against the community. There was 2 reasons actually. The bubble had burst in the game that I was playing just as we got partnered, but second of all, I was completely burnt out from that game and I needed to move. So pretty much from November, December and January of 2015-16, we had massive exposure. I pretty much went for streaming that game non-stop. I was checking my average viewer count after every stream, and anything that was, if I was getting 100 viewers or more concurrent every stream, I was happy enough. And after 8 weeks, no, actually, wait a minute, no, was it 8 weeks? After 6 weeks, I applied. Then I got a message to say that you're not ready yet. Apply in another 4 weeks. Actually, after 8 weeks, I applied. It said you have to apply again in 4 weeks. I applied in 4 weeks, and boom, got it. So that is my journey. The reason why I went for full-time was, or not full-time, the reason why I went for partnership was because I knew that I wanted to go full-time in Twitch or on stream, and I wanted to have a stepping stone to that rather than going full-time before partnership and leaving it to the gods of luck. Actually having that there and not worrying about it, because when you're going for partnership, there's a lot that goes through your mind. Only like this, I can only speak for myself now. First of all, what if something goes wrong and I don't get it? Second of all, what if they don't like my content and I don't get it? Or third of all, what if I did something wrong and I don't get it? So you leave a full paying job to go full time in order to get partnered, and they don't like you for some reason. That can happen. It's reality. Like they could literally just say, look, dude, you curse too much. You're Irish. I don't like you, or something like that. That is why I decided. Well, not decided. That's why I tried to get partnership before going full time. And then the reason why it took me a year is because work was going so well, and to be honest, I was waiting for the right moment. So this month was the perfect month for me to go full time in terms of finances, in terms of just timing, and like I'm not 100% there yet financially, but at least I can support myself on a basic level, and that's what matters to me. I don't want to be full time to make loads of money. I just love streaming. It's like I wake up every morning and I'm like, dude, what t-shirt do I have to wear for the stream? I feel like a rock star. I don't know what t-shirt I gotta wear, dude. I have to wear the t-shirt I wore yesterday. Ugh, that's horrible, man.
It's all right. I'll just sign it and do a giveaway. It's fine.
Exactly. I'll sign it. They can have my sweat.
eBay is just going to be filled up with MC unwashed merch.
Yeah, exactly.
Worn by original streamer.
Worn by the original streamer.
Worn by MC.
During the podcast, and it's been on me for 3 days. No showers necessary. So Fuzzles, I'm pretty sure you're going to be partnered before you go full time. It's almost a guarantee. So Fuzzles, tell us your journey about full time in your head and also partnership in your head. Tell us your journey.
So the job that I've been doing for the last 8 years has been a job that I didn't really want to do. And I am really over it, and I've been wanting or thinking about doing something else. And since getting into YouTube and then through into Twitch, since I've been streaming on Twitch, it's been one hell of a ride for me, and I've enjoyed every second of it. So I want everything to do with Twitch. I want to continue striving to create a bigger community and a place for people to chill, have good vibes, enjoy themselves, make friends, whatever. Like, I love every aspect about Twitch, and I would love to be able to do this full time. Like, if I can make my dream, like this became a dream job since I've been streaming. So to make this a full-time thing, to do a dream job for a full-time job, that would be everything to me. And recently, I think within the last, 5 months now, I have made the decision to finally leave my job and leave my said contract in August/September timeframe of this year and do this full time. Because if I don't leave my contract, I'll have more years on that contract, and I don't have more years. I don't. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That was an awesome answer.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
No, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm looking forward to seeing the day when your stream title is Sub Button Inc. And then I'm like, okay, race to sub 1. trying to spam that sub button. Take all my money.
It's going to be difficult to get his first sub because of his stream times, but I'm going to try my best. But pretty much...
Bro, I'm a Brit. That means I'm dedicated, all right? I will dedicate a day.
Now, there's a difference
looking at this
between
man's stream.
dedication and stubbornness, and I know what British people are like.
Actually, hold on. No, it's not dedication. It's stalking. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Don't
you're-
worry, Fuzz. I got you, man. I
Even
got you.
before you get the subscription star, which is the first thing that you get before you even get your badge, he'll be over there.
Oh, I'll be all over it. I'll be spamming the star, even though you can't click it. I'm just going to be spamming so hard.
Do you know what you
I'm
can
like,
do?
Fuzz, every time I click, you get a step closer.
Do you know what I'm
Try.
gonna do? I'm actually going to click on someone else's sub and then just change it to Fuzz's Bigfoot URL and get in there before the star even exists. He won't even have his page set up. It'll literally be just the basic what Twitch provides you, and it'll say subscribe, and then I'll click it and it said, "Are you sure?" He doesn't even have a sub button yet. He doesn't even know that this is here.
I'll be subbing to other people just to try and in my head when they say Rom, thanks for the sub, just imagining Fuzz saying it, and I'll be like, ah,
Oh
I
God.
feel better now. There we go.
Hey,
Oh.
honestly, guys, honestly, like, you guys have no idea what it, like, well, I mean, maybe some of you guys do, but it just, like, I don't think many people understand and know what it feels like to be sitting where I am right now and have so many people, like, surround you with that kind of love, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my gosh, it just blows my mind, and it's people like you that make me want to do this every day of my life, you know what I mean?
I get that's what streaming is about, isn't it? Just having that overwhelming show of appreciation or support or whatever. Like when I was telling you about this on Wednesday, Fossils, when we hit 20k followers in the stream, and there was hundreds of people there, and they were all like, "We did it, boys! We did it, boys!" And then I was like, "Okay, guys, I'm announcing my T-shirt campaign." And then a lot of people were like, wait a minute, is that the announcement?" And I said, "Oh yeah, full time in February, but T-shirts." And everyone was like, "T-shirt, full time!" And then everyone was going nuts again. It was crazy. I have pictures of that on my phone. It was the coolest moment of my streaming career, because just that announcement and the way it was done, it was awesome. So I really, really enjoyed it. Speaking of T-shirts, we decided not to go with T-shirts. Going to shameless plug here. We went with hoodies instead. And the reason why we went with hoodies is because our symbol didn't look very good on a T-shirt. Like, Fuzzles has a very horizontal shoe, obviously, and name. I just have like an MC, which is very small. So we put the badge up on the top left, similar to the Discord badge. And we put the MC Games High on the back. And we actually have sold enough already to ship. So we have reached our goal, guys. The goal down below the stream, where you click buy down there. By the way, guys, you click buy. The place that you click buy down below says like 5 or 6 of 20, because for some reason Teespring only shows you the American sales down there. I don't get it. Like, why show the American sales only when there's Europeans too? What about us poor Europeans? There's a couple of competitions we're going to do.
Damn it, Fuzz.
There's a couple of competitions we're going to do as well. First of all, we're going to do a competition that the details will be out tomorrow. And then later on in the year, I'm going to do a jumper competition where one person will win a jumper. So I can't wait to do that as well. And one person bought a jumper, and we have no idea who it was. I think it might have been Peter, and I have to give him some whims. I have to find out if it was him that bought him, because we owe him whims. You get 50 whims if you buy a jumper, and yeah. So I can't wait to get mine. I already bought 3. One for my mum.
One for your mum.
Yeah, one for me,
Checking
mum.
your mum out in that merch.
Exactly. Well, she's going to give it to my sister, but at least it's for her first, and then she gives it to my sister.
Hopefully she's not listening.
Yeah.
Hold the phone. MC has a sister?
She's only like what?
Oh,
she's only like 15.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, take that back.
Take it back.
Get it back in quick.
Take it back.
Quick,
Yeah,
you have
I'll see you next
you have a couple of seconds to get that back in.
I got it. I got it. 5-second rule.
Jake, we don't want to know.
Gosh, I love adulting and doing other things.
Oh gosh. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Any questions about anything, guys? Ram, did we answer your question properly?
Oh yeah, definitely. I was just curious because obviously one of you being partnered, the other one not. I was just interested in sort of the journeys that you both are going on, obviously together as leaders of Hidden Level, but also being individual streamers in your own right. So it was interesting to get that take.
The only thing I would wish Twitch would do would be allow me
Yeah.
to add Fuzzles into the stream team, settings, so that he could take care of the Hidden Level as well. I already asked them, will I be allowed to do that when Fuzzles gets partnered, and they said no, it's tied to my name only. There isn't exactly much you can do here, to be honest. You have like customization, you can add members, you can make people featured, you can look at the stats for Hidden Level. Actually, just before I click this big button here, after I click this big button here, I'm going to look at the stats for Hidden Level. But I unfortunately am stuck right now, guys. I'm stuck on this page, and I have a name in here that I need to add before I can move to the next page. So, Rom, would you do the honor of joining us on the Hidden Level team?
Whoa. Okay.
Because I can't.
You just dropped that on me.
I can't move from this page without clicking the add button, so you have to say yes. I can't delete it now. It's too late, dude.
I feel obligated to say yes.
Yeah.
Say, screw those guys. I don't even want to be
Screw
in the
those
first
guys,
place.
man.
I haven't heard from
not
them
even
guys in
Irish.
2 weeks.
Yeah. Cool. What an offer. What an offer. My community in the chat, what do you reckon? I've got some peeps repping me up.
Type 1 in the chat if you think Rom should say yes. Type 2 in the chat if you think Rom should say no.
Here we go. We're about to get 2. Like, no.
I'm going on to that statistic page without him.
Okay. I'm closing and rebooting. That's it. I'm done. Fuck you, Rob.
Hell yeah, boy.
I've actually spoken to my stream about being part of a team in the past anyway, and a lot of them have said that it'd be really cool if I was part of a team. And we actually spoke a little bit. This must be about 2 weeks ago, maybe a fortnight ago now. We were talking about Hidden Level, and of all the Hidden Level people that have come in, we are yet to meet someone who our community, in particular, being obviously outsider perspective, was anything less than nice. So, yeah.
You haven't been to my chat on a
He
Geometry Dash
said
Day.
yes!
That was the longest yes ever.
I've got to rep the Brits up here. I've got to do it. I've got to do it.
I thought British people were straight to the point and just say yes or no.
Yeah, same here.
I like to beat around the bush.
Now,
Beat around the hedges, and I do all that stuff.
I have just added you to the pending team invites. You have to accept it. If you need to know how to accept it, just message me. But in general, first of all, go to your settings page in your stream. And second of all, guys, big lump of hearts in the chat, please, for Romculus, the newest member of Hidden Level. And yeah, boy.
Thank you. Thank you for the invite. Much appreciated.
Now let's look at some stats.
Now I'm going to get a bunch of people asking for Optimus. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Nope. Right. Is it under notifications, I'm assuming? No.
Man, this stats page is ridiculous. Okay, now not including the fact that a lot of people were botted yesterday, but yesterday, Hidden Level as a team hit a concurrent viewership of 338 viewers. That means from start, which is 0, all the way up to 100, and then, or 338, plus up to 420, and then back down to 338, and back down to 0 for the end of the stream. That's how many viewers we hit for that day, and that is the best I think we've ever done as a team. And I think we should go roll with it, guys, because that is awesome. Now, the second highest that I can see, okay, is this is a more stabilized version of it. and that was Saturday, January 7th. We had a concurrent viewership of 36. So every hidden level streamer that streamed that day had at least 36 viewers. So it was awesome for the whole day. That's awesome. And it's going up and up and up. We are getting so much better. I'm talking about like just in December. December was a good month for most streams, and we were only hitting 25. 20. It's freezing a lot for me. So 25, 22, 20 average. So hidden level is really rising up, guys. It's great. It's crazy.
That is awesome.
And Fuzzles is a big part of that. I know he doesn't want me to say that because he's too humble. But in December, Fuzzles wasn't able to stream as much. January and February, he has been. So can you see the fact that it was like 22 in December when Fuzzles wasn't streaming very often, and then in January it goes up to 36, and then yesterday it's 300 and something. You definitely have been the showcase of the hidden level team at the moment, Fuzzles. So well done to you.
No, big
Thank
shout
you
to you,
very
Fuzz.
much,
Big shout, man.
Appreciate that.
Your channel's been growing immensely. Everyone else has just been watching it in the background. And like every time I speak to MC, I'm like, "Yo, did you see Fuzzle's numbers yesterday?" And he's like, "I know, right?" We're sat here just like in awe.
Did he grow a pair of tits or something?
Dude, I don't know what you did, but we gotta get some, DMs right here, man. We need some advice.
There is one thing I would say about Fuzzles getting those numbers, and that is everyone else has cleaned up and really started racking in these numbers. I told everyone 3 months ago we went into a Discord meeting for Hidden Level, and I told everyone, if you attend this meeting, your viewership should end up rising. And everyone turned up except for Sid, who was late because of me. And everyone has gone up in viewership, and it's because everyone's helping each other. I mean, Jake is rating me, and then I'm passing it on to Sid. Sid's passing it on to Millie. Millie's passing it on to Fuzzles. Everyone is like, it's like a carousel of viewership. And then if we get an early morning streamer, Fuzzles will hit them up. Then that person will hit AG up in the morning because AG's up at the crack of dawn in the hidden level. And then poor Rom is just going to be sitting there. Oh, where's me?
Sorry, guys. I'll carve my own destiny.
Where's my turn? Oh, it's my turn.
Fair enough. It's fine. I shall voice act my way and bullshit my way through. Don't fear.
Do you know what I've loved about this podcast, apart from the fact that there's more energy because it's not at 1 o'clock in the morning? We haven't even done one viewer question yet. So guys, viewers, get us some questions. We love interacting with you, and it's just been so much fun talking about boobies all day that we haven't really been interested in anything else. So
yeah, boobies are typically like the main center of my focus.
Yeah, it's the tip of the iceberg,
Did we streamers have all stuff? Did we talk about that? I remember MC saying we were going to talk about it. Did we talk about it, or am I drunk? Hello?
What was it? Did you say there was 3 things? Was it?
It was like the effect that booby streamers have on Twitch or something. I think you said.
We talked about that.
We did. I'm drunk. Don't worry, chat. I'm
yeah.
drunk. Don't worry, it's fine. I'll go back over the VOD and I'll be like, we did talk about it. How did I not even? Never mind.
We gave you the answers.
Irish streamers.
Drunken Irish Streamers is what we're on, and hopefully on the community section, Drunken Irish Streamers is like way up there, and there's like loads of people in there. Someone asked me a very cool question in chat earlier. It was Arcadix. Oh, I know what the question was. From Arcadix, I'll go first. Where do you see yourself in a year from now? This is a really hard question to answer because you don't want to be like, man, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to be famous, I'm going to be driving a Lamborghini, dude. I could be like KSI, rapping. So in 1 year from now, where will you be, Rom? First.
Oh, man. Jeez. Okay. Well, first of all, in a year, I'll be celebrating my 1 year anniv of Hidden Level membership. That'll be the first thing. So thank you both very much for that. You're both stupid for doing it, but thank you very much. Secondly, I think I'll just be doing the same thing I'm doing today, just focusing on seeing as many people as I possibly can and allowing them to become a part of my community, which is astonishing. Everyone in the chat right now who's from my community, you guys have kept me going through, because this last year for me has been pretty rough. So they kept me going through some pretty wicked times, and I hope that in a year I'll just be continuing doing that. And hopefully, if my plan goes through, I'll be looking at that point for things like, I don't know, partnership or just looking at ways to increase what I've already got. So yeah, that's hopefully where I will be, and hopefully my community will still be with me. If not, I'll be lying in a ditch covered in lemon juice and crying my eyes out, most likely.
Lots of tequila in that lemon juice.
Lots of tequila, man.
Really, really quick answer from me, because I know what it is. I usually only have one target at a time, so I'm not juggling too much. And because I already reached the target of full time, my only goal right now is to earn enough to live in 9 months' time. I have enough investment out of my own money to survive for 9 months, maybe even 12 months at a push. And within a year, I want to be financially stable. That's all I want from streaming. And then once I hit that, I can make a new goal, or a new target. So for now, financial stability through full-time streaming. What about you, Fuzzles?
That's a really good goal. I like that.
I already know where I'm going to be not in 1 year, but in 4 years, yes. Everyone told me as soon as Mr. Donald Trump got elected president, they said you'd be a better president. So they said in 4 years they're going to be voting for me. So I'll probably find myself in the White House, probably still streaming
in a white jacket. What are they called again? A straight jacket?
Yeah.
Because you're nuts.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be shaking Mr. Trump's hand and
with your tree
and we're gonna do a little turnover, and then I'll be in the White House, guys.
In the words of your president, wrong. That's all he seems to say lately. Wrong.
Yeah, everything
China.
is bloody wrong.
You're wrong, stupid. It's gonna be huge.
I want everybody here.
You're wrong. You stupid.
Wrong.
Stop talking.
Do you want me to move on, or do you want to answer that question properly, Fuzzles?
No, I don't want to answer that question properly. I don't know where I'm going to be in a year. What kind of question is that?
Which is why I was like, I hope that I'll be in this particular situation, because who knows? Who knows what could happen?
In a year, I'm probably going to be streaming here on Twitch to the same amazing community, probably going to school and living elsewhere, doing this full time. That's where I'm going to be.
In a place with no time zone.
Did I answer that question correctly, MC? If that is your real name?
That is your real answer. Guys, before I get one of you to ask the next question, we have had some subscribers today to join the podcast, and for every subscriber, I read one paragraph from my diary, my blog, as I always called it, because I didn't want to sound like I was a girl making a diary. My diary has been written
Shout out to all those girls.
for the last 2.5 years, okay? And I used to write one entry a week about streaming and about gaming per week. And I literally have gone back to my first days of streaming to see where I was, and I read out a little bit for the viewers every time. So the reason why I want to do this one on stream, on podcast, is because this is one of my favorite parts of the entry, and it's because it talks about 2 streamers that entered my stream for the first time. So I'm just going to read that part and not read the rest. A couple of other streamers visited the channel, Lady Matrix and the Braz Monkey. And they didn't stay long and were kind of there at the worst time, but I'm sure they'll be back. And if not, then it's okay, as they are streamers and not viewers. Braz, by the way, back then was a 300 follower streamer who I looked up to, and I was an 80 follower streamer who was like new, and I was on like day 14. That was day 14 of my streaming time, and that was my first entry of Braz, and it's probably one of my first entries about another streamer. And Braz to this day is still here. He's still in Hidden Level. He's still in this community. He's watching now, technically. I don't want to call him out a lurk. Can we get a shout out in the chat for Braz? But Braz is a cool guy, and I can't wait till he comes back streaming. He's going to kill it. He's got a wealth of knowledge for video games, and I can see Fuzzles writing down, must write diary for the next 2 years so I can take this idea. And look, he's still writing.
Must find fountain of youth.
I found a thing from my diary as well a long time ago.
Go on.
This actually was on the day that I found MC, and I wrote that mcgames.com rated me today, and he seems like a pretty cool guy, a little flamboyant but Irish nonetheless. And I put a little happy face next to it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but he's he's great. So that's what I wrote in my diary. This is my diary, by the way.
Your sticky pad.
A long time ago. So I found it after 2 years. I found it right here.
It's pretty brief. I like it. Very concise, to the point.
Yeah.
At least he called
right
me
here.
MC Games instead of Mac
It's a very
Games.
British diary.
I keep it here to remind myself that I'm better than him in every way. So
First of all,
yeah.
there are other streamers in those diaries, including you, Fuzzles, and including Ella and Laser. I'm pretty sure is in there too. Everyone is in there at least once, I think. And we'll get there eventually. The only problem is, I know you guys can't see this until it catches up, but 2 years of diary entries has led to this many diaries. So we got to get through all that, and we only read out one paragraph per sub. So we got a long way to go, lads. I'm gonna get my Tipex
What
out.
a sellout!
I'm gonna get
Literature sellout.
literally a literature sellout. I'm gonna get my Tipex out the part that I talk about Fuzzles in a nice way, and mention how much of a Bigfoot he is.
That's an aggressive post-it notes. I love it.
Why do you have post-it notes next to your PC? What are you
Because
gonna...
I can do this.
Why did I order that fucking coffee?
How much do I owe MC for that one?
Yeah.
Who's the next hidden level podcast? Who's on the podcast next in 2 weeks? Oh gosh. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, we were doing questions. I have a question ready, but I'll let you one of you two pick one if you have one ready. Puzzles? Any sticky notes? Do you have any sticky notes with a question on it?
Yeah, I got another sticky note here.
God only knows what this is gonna be.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I know what the sticky note is. I have a sticky note too.
Do you?
What do you do when you don't have a question ready? What do you do, guys? Rom, do you have a question ready?
Yes,
Cool.
I do actually. It was from Ketchup. And
Oh,
it was
God.
a question
God
for me,
help us.
but I'll open it up to you both as well if you happen to have any knowledge on it. Paladins or Overwatch, and why? Now, Paladins was made by the same company that made Smite, Hi-Rez, and it's basically pretty much an Overwatch dupe. It's very, very, very close to Overwatch. And me personally, I have a strong dislike for the format of Paladins and Overwatch, purely because with the way the games work, some characters will always perform better than others, regardless of who plays them, which is something that I don't like, which is why I think TF2 works so well.
Mm-hmm.
TF2 is one of the most balanced games I've ever played. So, but if I had to pick between those two games, I would probably pick Paladins over Overwatch, just because it's the less played game, and I'd like to support the smaller dev.
Yeah.
Most like.
I would love to support the smaller dev.
Why?
Well, I mean, Paladins for me is the lesser of two evils. It's like saying who'd you pick out of Trump and what the hell is her name, Hillary, and you have to pick between those two, and you're like, well, I've just got to go with the lesser of two evils, and then the country decides Trump. So, in this case, Twitch decides Overwatch. I personally decide Paladins.
I would choose Overwatch just to have the opposite answer, really, because of Diva. I like that character. I think she's really cool. She is a little bit overpowered because of the fact that she has 2 stages. She can get out of the robot and she can be in the robot, of course. But one of the main reasons why I like her so much is because we have a viewer who got a picture of Diva signed by the voice actor, and the real Diva is not a young girl. She's like 30 or something like that, and she's let me see now, how can I say this without sleeping in the shed? She's a booby streamer. There we go.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so she in real life she's a booby streamer.
Wow.
So I like Diva in Overwatch, and yeah,
I'm gonna
I
need a
prefer
link
that.
to her channel here soon so I can review it.
Yeah, I'll give you the review, and I'll let you decide whether or not she should jiggle a little bit more.
purposes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have
exactly.
to-
I mean, I think Overwatch is a very good game, but it has the same problems that Paladins has. Like, for example, you could go with like 4 tanks and a damage and be practically unstoppable.
That's true. That's very
the current
true.
meta in Paladins and Overwatch. And Diva, although she's my main in Overwatch, I love the character to death. I realize she is ridiculous. She's way too versatile. Either make her tougher or make her more damage oriented. Don't go for both, because right now she's both.
She's too
if played
versatile.
Properly,
yeah,
she is way too versatile and can never be really brought down properly. So
she's like John O'Shea. She could be played anywhere.
Exactly. So yeah, catch up. In answer to your question, I personally would take Paladins, and MC's taking Overwatch.
What about you, Fuzzles? What would you pick?
I would pick Overwatch because I don't know what Paladins is.
Oh,
fair enough.
Okay. So
that works. That's perfectly acceptable.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I got some pretty simple answers for a lot of you guys' questions. Like, for example, Josh Couchman asked, Fuzzles, will you kiss me? No. So, I mean, I will answer all you guys' questions to the best of my ability. And if I can't answer them, I'll go and like pass them off to like Rom or pass them off to MC. And I'll hook you guys up with whatever you guys need.
This is the first time we've ever out podcasted the 2-hour audio track that I play in the background. It's the first time we've ever gone past the 2-hour mark. That's because at a new time we're still full of energy. We're not ready to fall asleep. Question from me is, when it comes to swearing in a stream, do you notice the dialect within a stream affect the streamer, or talking about social topics being more impactful, negative or positive? I think this is from Zips. The way he asks questions is kind of like there's a lot of different layers to it. So I'm just going to ask you quickly. Social topics or politics or something that is edgy. Do you like talking about them in your stream or not? Fuzzles, you first.
Politics? Not so much. Like, I don't like talking about it, but it's not a big deal if people talk about it. Like, typically when people talk about politics, especially in a chat room on Twitch, it typically gets aggressive, or you're stupid. No, you're stupid. And then at that point, you shut it down.
Yeah.
To prevent that, I typically stray away from politic talk, because it never ends well. There's no way you're like, you know what? That was a great rebuttal. You know what? You're probably right about Trump. You know, I've actually never thought about that before. It never ends like that. It's more like, you're stupid and you smell bad and your mom doesn't love you, and you're like, that had nothing to do with my argument.
I was in a stream the other day. I think it was either yours or Millie's, Fuzzles, and literally the streamer had to say to the two people, guys, you're not allowed to talk to each other anymore, because the two of them were giving out to each other. I think it must have been Millie's stream, and the two of them were cursing a little bit, and he hates cursing. So he said to them, like, you guys are not allowed to talk to each other anymore. And then the mods were stopping them from talking to each other. They were allowed to stay in the chat, but they weren't allowed to talk to each other. It was hilarious.
You know, that actually happened. Do you know who Comey Cold is?
Yeah, Comey Cold, yeah.
Yeah, so I was in his chat. I was in there, like, this is maybe like my very first or very second time being in his channel, and there was 2 viewers, active viewers, that were chatting, but they got into a little argument over like items in Terraria, and you could not break them up. You couldn't say, hey guys, stop talking to each other. So I used my different approach, the art of distraction, and I asked them both a question that completely took their minds off of each other, and got them kind of like refocused on like other topics.
Good tactic.
And it set them straight again. I just asked them like some really simple questions, like, hey, well, what's your favorite playthrough, or hey, what's your favorite weapon? And then like they answered, and then after that it was like smooth sailing again. Like they weren't arguing anymore. So I like to take those different tactics to get around all that nonsense in chat before getting a little aggressive. Like, hey guys, stop it. I don't want to have to time you guys out, but stop.
What about you, Rum? If you remember.
I am of the inclination that everybody is entitled to their own opinions, but that does not mean that everybody has to accept it. So when it comes to political stuff, the biggest one that I've had in my chat was when the Brits had the referendum on the EU, and that had quite a big impact on my chat because I've always said to my chat, if you have an opinion on something, feel free to put it out. But there are two things you need to be aware of. One, don't shove it down our throats. Some of us are interested and some of us are not. And secondly, if someone disagrees, then just roll with it. Don't be like, what? You disagree with me? Oh, I see how it is. And then they start keyboard worrying over it. I think if someone disagrees with you, then you should be like, okay, well, why? And I think the main thing that Twitch lacks is empathy for other people's opinions. Because, of course, you have this anonymity.
That's the
people
internet,
then decide... Yeah, exactly. It's Twitch, it's the internet, it's every forum out there. Because you have anonymity and usernames rather than your real names, it ends up becoming this, okay, well, you know, I can say whatever the hell I want. And then if someone tells me that I'm wrong, I can say, well, obviously, you're the next Hitler or whatever. But yeah. So yeah, it ends up becoming that. And so I've been quite blessed, I think, with my stream because whenever we do have conversations like that, that's exactly how my chat acts. They're all very much, you know, hey, what do you think about the EU referendum? I said, I think it was a pretty stupid idea. And then I had some people in my chat who thought I was completely wrong. But the thing is that we actually talked about it. So, yeah, and then when it finished, I said, okay, well, we're all done now. We've all said our pieces. Let's move on to a different topic. So I think it depends on, as a streamer, I think you have to gauge the question with your own community. If you have a community who you know has got members who will get really hype about political questions, then you have to be a bit careful. Whereas if you know that, for example, if you're as lucky as I am and you can put political questions and social science questions and stuff like that to a chat, and you know that they can handle it with maturity, then absolutely feel free and go for it. But for 99% of Twitch, I would most likely say, yeah, leave it alone. Don't go there, because it's like Fuzzle says, you're going to get people who are going to be so into it with each other. Like, you know, you two locking fingers in a cafe, they're going to be locking in fingers in opinions and such. Then they're not going to break them. That's the universal sign right there. Fuzz and I've got it, see? So it ends up becoming this lock, and they won't break it up because people don't like backing down. So, yeah, that's it.
My answer to that is we had Zips in our chat the other day, and he asked a very, very controversial question, something that I'm not afraid of. It's just it depends on the crowd that you're with, and it went pretty well. So just before I answer that question, we are going to make sure that at the end of this podcast, Fuzzles gets his stream off to a kick-ass start with a host, a raid, and all that. So Fuzzles, do you want to go get ready for your stream now? And we will pretty much meet up with you in the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Totally up to you guys.
I think we are ready to finish. I think this could be the last question. And then if you're ready to start, like, you can head away now. And then me and Ron will finish up the podcast for 5 more minutes and then meet you over there. It's up to you.
I mean, yeah.
This is our first time doing
good.
it, so let's make the mistakes this time.
Sounds good. So do you want me to just click hang up and are you
do a full hang up and you get yourself fully organized for your stream.
Okay.
Now before you go,
hey guys,
of course,
everybody, thank you so much for having me. Y'all are amazing and wonderful. Thank you so much. If I don't see you guys over at my channel here in a few, I will see you guys another time. Thank you everyone so much for having me.
Have a good stream, bud.
Where will they find you? Apart from the fact that we're going to host you.
I'll be over there. Over there.
Got it.
We got it. We'll be over there.
I'll see you over there soon, boo-boo.
I'm sure MC will give you guys a link here in a few if you guys want to really find me.
He is right. I'm going to be giving you a link.
Or if you don't want to find me through all of this, maybe we can meet up in a coffee shop sometime and our fingers can interlock sometime and meet like that way. That's one way to do it too.
When hearts collide.
Yes. Fuzzles, don't forget to unhost the podcast before you go live, because you're hosting us right now.
Yes.
That would be a shame if you did that by accident.
Yes.
Yes. Also, you have to do a Malapo before you go. Tradition.
In a world where one man had to stream I'm just kidding. Guys, thank you so much for having
I
me.
love it. That's wicked. I love it.
Much love. Peace out.
Peace.
Well,
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now we have.
Hang up.
Now he has to hang
gotta
up. I knew that. So now we have a weird symbol thing across his face cam. Is it okay? Yeah, it's fine. Although we can see your bed in his cam box, and we can see your bed in your bed. Oh no, you're probably all nuts as well. No, you're fine. So his bed, your bed is in his cam box, and you are in your cam box. So everything's fine. However, it looks like he's sleeping in your bed.
It's fine. He is.
It actually looks like his is a curtain. It's a Fuzzle Bigfoot curtain, and it's like covering your. Hey, how did you get down there? Now you're in two places at once.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Oh, and Riddlesworth, I remember you asked earlier. It's not a giant box of Kleenex. It's my N64 box on my bed. But underneath it is man-sized Kleenex for when Fuzzles and I get down and dirty later on. We have to.
If you hear Fuzzles again, it literally means that he is after going live. To answer my question, or the question, Zips asked a very controversial question in our chat a couple of days ago, and I don't mind controversial questions in certain areas. And what we did was, we talked about, actually, I'm not going to say what the question was, but we talked about something very controversial. I've said that a few times. And the method that we used to allow people to talk about it was, everyone has an opinion, which means if you have an opinion, you can't blame someone for being wrong, because it's an opinion. Everyone has one. So what we allowed people to do was, we allowed people to talk about it, as long as nobody said you're wrong, because you can't be wrong if it's an opinion. So we got some really cool answers, and I think my answer was very good. Zips's answer was very good. Joanna had a good answer, and a couple of other viewers had a good answer too, and it worked out very well. So that is the way I talk about politics in our channel. It's an opinion based, and we describe it as an opinion rather than as whether it's right or wrong. So I'm pretty sure Fuzzles has to do a couple of things before he starts up. So this could be an interesting moment, a balancing act. I'm going to try and time it perfectly. And the way I'm going to do that is by asking you, Rom, where can everyone find you? And be as shameless as you want.
Okay. So obviously you can find me on my Twitch page, at twitch.tv/RomsulusTV. You can find me on Facebook as just Romsulus. Sorry, not Facebook, sorry, YouTube as just Romsulus, where I post all my highlights. Snapchat is Romsulus. Twitter is RomsulusTV, as is my Facebook. So feel free to follow me on all of those guys. And I know that some of you asked me questions in the chat, but we haven't got time for those.
No, work away. If they're quick questions, answer them quick.
You sure?
Yeah. If they're
Let me
quick.
scroll back up. Antic, is it Antic had one earlier? I think you answered it, MC, which is about, do we like Daft Punk? I love a bit of Daft Punk. Only some of their stuff though, not everything, but yes, I'm a big old Daft Punk fan. And God, trying to scroll through this chat now because it's gone so fast. But yeah, I'm streaming after this, so if you guys want to hit me up with any more questions, feel free. But of course, we're going over to Fuzzles soon, so don't forget
before we do the raid, I'll make sure everyone knows that you're going live as well. I've been pronouncing your name wrong for over a year now. Romsulus, not Romculus.
See, this is interesting. This can be used to pad some stuff out if you want to. So my name, the origin of my name, because I've had a few people ask me about my name and stuff. Just to clarify it all here, so for all of you who have been curious about my name, I'm just going to clarify it here for you for the original source, okay? My name was made completely at random. So I like names beginning with R, so I hit R, and then I thought, okay, so what sounds could I go with? So I had to go with the vowel sounds, so I started going ra, re, ri, ro. So then I hit ro, and then M to make it rom, and I thought, okay, well, what can you extend on rom, because rom's a bit short. So then a C came in, so is that a rom k or a rom sir? I wanted it to be rom sir, so rom su, rom sa, rom c, rom su sounds good, so add in a U, and then you add on LUS to make it rom. That's pretty cool. I then discovered later on, after I finished playing World of Warcraft, and I was playing Assassin's Creed 2 or 3, you might be able to clarify this for me, guys, but as you go through the game, you have to find Romulus's armor. And Romulus is one of the founding brothers of the Roman Empire. And I thought, Romulus is a person? What? So I was then looking through it, and I then realized that obviously all I've done is add in a C.
A C.
Completely ignorantly. And then I realized that Caesar, if you went back to the original Roman time, was actually pronounced Kaiser, which is where the Russians get it from. So it should be Romulus. It should be. So if everyone calls me Romulus, you're saying it correctly. I'm saying it incorrectly. Even if it's a noun and I can pronounce it however I want, I am pronouncing it, technically speaking, incorrectly. So if you say Romulus or Romulus, you're fine by me.
Another question for you. We have loads of time. Well, we have 5 minutes. How did we meet? That is the question we should have answered ages ago. It's the most unique.
I was waiting for that first, to be honest.
Yeah.
With you. So I met MC when I was doing a big sellout moment. Basically, this was back in August last year. I was having a bit of a moment in my stream where I noticed that the stream wasn't growing; it was actually declining. So I thought, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and grow the stream by simply just putting my name out. And so I changed my Steam name to my Twitch URL. And so what then happened was I started playing Dead by Daylight. And what happened was MC was playing a lot of DBD at the time because the game was fairly new. And he was playing as a killer. I was playing as a survivor. I got killed. And I think it was Tommy and Ketchup who both came into my stream and said, "You just got killed by ncgames.net." And I was like, who the hell is ncgames.net? So I then just typed in the stream hoping to get something. I thought you might have been a YouTuber at first. So I went to YouTube and Twitch and found your Twitch. And I was like, hey, dude, what's up? You just killed me. You're an arsehole. And then ever since then, I just frequented MC's stream and just got talking to him. And because I was a streamer, MC checked me out. And then after he'd seen a few of my streams, he followed. And then eventually we started talking about doing things like dual streams or the podcast and all of that sort of thing. And it's happened over a very long period of time, but from August until now. But it's definitely that's how we met. We met through gaming and Dead by Daylight and stuff. So yeah, it was Tommy and Ketchup. I knew it. It was Tommy and Ketchup, and they came in and were like, "You just got killed by the MC Games." I was like, "Who the?" And dude, I thought you were like a walking sponsor for McDonald's.
Mac
and they were
Games.
like, "It's not Games, it's MC Games." I was like, "Oh, sorry, I keep calling him McDonald's. Sorry, my bad."
I love that story.
That was how we met.
And
it's not endearing as the coffee shop, but hanging me on a hook is just as endearing.
That was definitely one of the most unique ways to find another streamer, kill them in a game, and then we start hanging out. And almost 6 months later, you're part of the team. I can't believe it. So we definitely have to organize our Dead by Daylight co-stream. I'm hoping that the Dead by Daylight co-stream will happen in the next month on a Wednesday, if possible. If not, on a Friday. What days we can organize? What days you work and stuff like that off stream, and we'll organize a day. And what we'll have is Dead by Daylight. We'll have 3 other people with us, and we'll have 1 killer and 4 survivors. That would be so much fun.
It's wicked. Sounds wicked.
So that's pretty much us, guys. We are 1 minute and 55 seconds away from our big host and raid. Before we do that, I want to let you guys know what we're actually going to do over there. I am going to send you to Fuzzle's Bigfoot. You guys are going to wait until I say, "Unleash the Flood." Then when I say, "Unleash the Flood," I want you to post this message in his chat if you are not a sub of this channel. Now, we have to wait a few extra seconds because Joanna usually has Discord voice chat with me. So we have to wait for that message to go through. And I'm going to say it right now. And you post this message in his chat if you are a sub of this channel. Boom. Thank you very much, everyone that's been here. Normally, we don't say goodbye to individuals, but this time, Riddles, talk to you soon. Hud, Joanna, Lion, Skella, Jack. Thank you very much, guys, or Skelly. And from me, much love and peace out. You got to do it too, bro. You got to do it.
Oh, thank you. And peace out.
That has to be the best one ever. Get over there, guys. Get over there. Oh man, everything's laggy. Have you now? While we're waiting for the raid to go through, and before I actually turn off the call and stuff, have you been seeing a lot of lagginess in Twitch recently?
Yes, especially when doing like actually when I alt tab into Twitch and then I click on it, it looks as if it's about to crash, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
for God's sake! And then it takes forever. And sometimes chat's really laggy too. Like I think my chat is dead, and then all of a sudden it just appears.
Yeah, that happens to me too. It's like there's nothing there, and then boom, and like 20 messages at once. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I don't know why that happens. One last thing before we do the raid, guys, is Rumculus is going to be streaming over at Rumculus TV. Make sure you pop over to him and just say hello. Get to know the guy a little bit more. Newest member of Hidden Level. You're going to have Hidden Level next to your name. Make sure you use Drunken Irish Streamers just for the laugh. And unleash the flood! If it actually goes through. Damn you, Twitch. Unleash the flood. There we go. Hidden Level raid. Host. Let's get that host ready. Host with the most. Fuzzles Bigfoot. There he is. And this actually didn't go too bad, the Hidden Level raid. I was expecting when Fuzzles went away, we would run out of things, not run out of things to talk about, but we would end too early. And then he would still be on his tea break or whatever, and then nothing would bloody work. Jake, Tommy, Poison. We have, who is that person up there who said goodbye to me, and I never say goodbye to him because I'm so bad. Vespi.
We could have talked forever. Don't even worry about it.
We could have talked forever, exactly. Let's hit up Fuzzles with the raid. I'm going to play the outro music, and we're going to be out of here. Deadlocked. Talk to you soon as well. Bye-bye.